May pips be upon you. Hey, cool cats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my a few on my list here and just you know do some analysis, give some possible scenarios, and move on. All right. This is my Tuesday update for the for the outlook for the week, for the weekly outlook. Okay. Let's start off with what could affect any trades this week, and that's the news. Let's start with tomorrow's news. All right, this is all the hot stuff, the stuff that's going to have an impact. All right, we got European Euro news. We got pound news, Euro news, a lot of Euro news, a lot of pound news. We got USD durable goods. That's going to be a good durable goods, non-defense capital goods, and durable goods. Okay, this is going to be the huge one, and this is going to make the markets move like sludge until they hear what he's going to do. Nobody wants to act until uh, the chairman speaks, right? And then you have more European news. So Euro and USD heavy, all right, to include, when I say Euro, I mean European, to include the pound, okay? So be careful around those times. We're talking about 4 hours from this at this time right now. It's midnight Eastern Standard. All right, so we're talking about 4:30, 5:30, and then the U.S. session stuff. All right, this is a big one here. Fed. Okay. So let's keep an eye out for those things. Just for tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Why didn't I look at the rest of this week? All right. So this is for today. I mean, yeah, Tuesday. Look at this. Wait a minute, man. Why did it change? Why did things change? Existing home says we did that. All right. Why? Oh, that's because it bleeds over into the next day. All right. So we got I don't know what I was thinking. This is Wednesday now. Oh, my Tuesday is already over. All right. So this is all for today that I just went over. Thursday, we got some Swiss news. All right. Oh man, the monetary policy assessment. Oh, that's gonna have a huge impact. Then we got President Lagarde. All right. Then we got GPP. All of this is on the 25th now. All right. Bank of Japan. Man, this is going to be huge. Watch out for JPP pairs, JPY pairs, okay? That's going to be big. And then we're going over to Friday. Goods trade balance and Michigan consumer sentiment. All right. So European Council meeting. Oh, okay. We got to watch that on Thursday as well. Oh, man. USD, looking at these domestic product and the jobless claims, that's going to rock the boat as well. We're going to just be unaware, keep your head on a swivel in regards to fundamentals when you're paying, trading those pairs. Okay. Now let's take a look at gold. All right. I'm looking on 4 hour because I think that's that's the best place. You can get some good intraday trades, and that's what I'm looking for, intraday. If I'm looking for swings, I'll let you know. All right. You see how price did this number here? Had a huge decline, and then we started picking up nice. This starting on the 25th, on the 8th of March. All right. And for a couple of weeks, we've just been climbing. And then along this trend line, we broke it. We broke it to the bottom. I broke it to the downside, not to the bottom. But I just want you to know, just want you to see this big, how forceful this bearish candle was. All right. And we have the correction, impulse and correction. That's why I have these fibs here. because you can see that here is where I would expect price to come back and retrace to, because there's structure here. All right, we didn't quite make it. The candle came up a little short, but that would have put us at the 618 golden ratio retracement. As it is, we did get to the halfway, to the 50% retracement, and that's a sound tracement. You know, that's a sound pullback for me. And you see how the 50 EMA is acting as dynamic resistance there. So I say, let's take a look higher. No, I want to look a little bit lower. Why? Because I want to see how price is acting at this level. Now, can you see here that price rejected, gave us a bearish candle, and now we have this one starting like bullish. All right. What I am looking for is bearish formations and patterns at these retracement levels, so that I can get a bias and say, hey, you know, this is going back down. We should be expecting price to go back down. We should be expecting price to retest here and then shoot down. Let me give you another good reason why. You see the structure here? This is a higher low in relation to this one. All right, higher low. Excuse me. Let me get my facts straight. All right, let's go with the high, low. These are lower highs. All right, this is a higher low in relation to that one. We still have lower highs being made, but this is another higher low. Okay, this is key, because once you break that higher low, I'm looking for price to come back and retest that structural low. And that's exactly what it did. Came right back up into this zone, and we see rejection. So we have broken structure. That means we are no longer in an uptrend. Got it? That's just basic stuff. And that's stuff you should know. All right. And if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. Doggone it. All right. Now, when we came back for that test, we should be expecting price to come back lower. All right, that means weakness in the dollar. I mean, weakness in the in gold, and we have to bear in mind that means money going away from safe havens. All right, if we see weakness in gold, that means people are putting money. There's probably a risk-on environment being cast on the markets. That means there's going to be money going into the US30, to the Dow, to the NASDAQ, to the Russell, and the rest. All right, and this is a fundamentally driven asset, so we got to keep these things in mind. But looks like it should be going the way that the technical analysis says. We should be expecting downside with gold, and if we this might be wouldn't be a bad if it breaks this low of the previous candle, you know, with a strong bearish candle, like you know, what I call a momentum candle. Hey man, why not capitalize and get in on it? All right, but let it prove itself. That's all I'm saying. Take it to target your lows here, but make sure it proves itself. Make sure it's proven that it's coming down. And how do you make sure it does that? Go down to the 30 and take a look and see just how bearish are these candles. All right, I want this wick filled. I want that wick filled, and I want to see a strong bearish candle here. All right, that'll give me, that would get me involved. All right, and I would think that from that point we should be seeing some more downside action. I want to take a quick glance at something else. All right, we are right in the middle of this range here. All right, we've hit the sideline, you know, the overextended area, and we're moving on our way down. So there's more room on the way down. I want to keep that in mind. All right, let's do something like that there. And if we keep below that, we should be in good, fine standing. Okay. All right. So remember what I said. Okay. Hopefully we can end up happy. All right. I'm not looking at silver. Briefly, I don't. The indices are so fundamentally driven. It's very hard for me to you know, to look at something on the 4 hour and say, hey man, you know, we're probably going to go this way with the indices. You know, matter of fact, this was another idea I had. I'm going to tell you real quick. You see how price is shooting up, you know, just steadily working its way up, higher lows and higher highs. All right. We just made a higher high. Isn't it reasonable? Isn't it reasonable to expect that we should be getting a higher low? Price is moving down like I thought it would. And we have to pick a spot where price will correct to, right? And that's why we have the Fibonacci retracements. All right. On a daily, from a daily perspective, that landing spot looks like it should be here at the 618 Fibonacci golden ratio. All right. Because this is the previous high. This is the previous high, not this. All right. This is the most recent high. All right. This is this is a previous high, but this is not. That's not the most previous. All right. All right. I also want to mention that it could very well be intercepted by the 50 fib retracement level, because you see structure there. You see this hesitancy here with these rejection wicks, these wicks of rejection. So, you know, we'll bear that in mind. But I'm looking at a W here, and I'm looking at a neckline that could be used as a retest area. Can you dig it? That's just something quick, you know, to look out for. I did have a Bitcoin call out that I did earlier. Briefly, sorry, it drives me crazy when I do that. Briefly, I'm sure some people got in some good profit on this one. Let me go to the 15. No, let me go to the, yeah, let me go to 15 because you can see it clearly here. All right. What I called for, I got in here. Got a nice little W going. And I got in here on a bullish candle, breaking these highs. It went right to drawdown. All right. But with my analysis, I mentioned this trend line. All right. You see how long it's been on this trend line? Okay. I thought it went further. You see how long it's been on this trend line? Since January. Got a good touch here. I was looking for a third touch here. That third touch did come. So my initial analysis was on point, but my entry, you're saying, why did you take the entry there? Because it might not have came all the way back there. All right. So I took a smaller position size here, at, you know, giving myself some leeway. Well, that's exactly what I needed, because it went deep. It went deep. It went against me here. All right. Then it found its way. When I talked about bullish formations and patterns, this is the kind of pattern I'm talking about, where you see a nice engulfing candle like this, and then you can get back in. So I took another position once it proved itself that it was coming back my way. Did a retest here and then came up. I got on this candle here, and you saw I put the call out. Some people just endured the drawdown and whatever, but I took another second position. And as it moved up in here, I was getting tired. I got sleepy, so I said I'm going to put things at break even while I sleep and watch this thing just keep going on up, targeting these highs here. Well, it went nicely into profits, and I'm sure some people took some profits. That's like 100 pips into profit, and then it came back down, knocked me out at break even. Unfortunately, when I got up, I was around here somewhere. I was like, oh man, took off, went great in the profit, and I got out break even. But hopefully, whoever took the call said, let me take some profit here, because I usually tell people take profit at 1-to-1 and consider moving your stop loss to break even. All right, but once it gets past, I like to see a pullback and a completion of that pullback, that retracement, by breaking that previous high. A full pullback. Once it breaks that high on after it comes back, it starts coming back. That's when you start going. You go to break even. That's when you feel your stop loss should be safe, because if price comes back, it has to hit that high. It has to hit that high first. Okay, gives your stop loss some protection. But in any case, you see that it came back and respected that trend line, the same trend line that I referred to earlier. That gives us a double top. All right, a double bottom. All right, and I'm looking at price, and I mentioned this, that price will probably take us back and touch the top trend line. All right, you can target these highs. All right, but that's an idea for you on Bitcoin. Let's look at the dollar, the DXY. Now the DXY has some good things going on. All right, one, we got a double top. All right, it has hit a double top. Why did it hit this double top in the first place? Because this is a doggone supply zone, but what kind of supply zone is it? All right, let's look at the daily. All right, what I got, impulse correction support aligned with 30. All right, let's look at the daily. All right, I want you to see what we're working with. Oh, matter of fact, I gotta go here. All right, I'm sorry. What you want to see, what I want you to see is price has a long-term downtrend that I have marked here, and it seems like price respects that downtrend. I also have an uptrend. All right, we got 2 points of contact. We have a third. It broke down to the bottom of that. Let me get rid of this. That's old stuff. All right, broke down to the bottom of that, broke through. All right, on the monthly. So I am looking bearishly at the dollar, right? Then hits this double bottom, and you see the bullish reaction. All right, we are testing that lower high again, the lower high. Once we break that lower high, that means we're no longer on a uptrend, right? Once we break that lower high and make a new lower low, the next thing we want to expect is the new lower high to be made, okay? And we are in the process of doing that. This is where you go to the weekly and you say, where is price going to turn around? Well, we did test that lower high, but we see this bullish, this piece of bullishness going, this piece of bullishness going on. All right, there's some bullishness going on. All right, and you start to think, are we coming back to retest the downtrend, the uptrend, the trend line? I'm getting tired, folks. I'm sorry. All right, and this is the 50 EMA coming to this same area, converging at the same area to give us some confluence of resistance. All right, that's something to look out for. All right, let's go down to the daily, and we can see we got this double bottom going on. Now price has just gone up, and we got this double top. All right, why do I keep doing it? All right, and we see price tested the former what was an area of resistance. We've broken that resistance, and now I'm looking for a retest of that resistance. Let's look a little closer at that on the 4-hour, and you can see how I have it marked because price has visited this area a couple of times. Okay, testing it as resistance. Finally broke through, so it is reasonable to think and expect that price will retest what was resistance, now turn support. And I believe that we will end up going up and testing the trend line that I showed you earlier. All right. So what are we looking out for now? How do we know this is going to hold? This is this area, this double top, which is really a supply zone. All right. This is a supply zone. Why do I have two tones in there? Because if you go down to the 1-hour, you will see through the process of refining the demand zones and supply zones, when you refine, you're just going down to the lower time frames to get that to get the perspective of the lower time frame. This is what I just showed you was a 4-hour demand zone. This is a 1-hour demand zone here. That's how I have it marked here. Okay. And you can see price reached there. And that's where we're getting this consolidation. This is the consolidation that Drunken Monkey likes to see. The captain of LionsDenFX. All right. He likes to see a fight between the sellers and buyers here. And he goes with the winner. All right. And that's what we're seeing here, a fight between the buyers and sellers. And because we're in a supply zone, I'm thinking that, I'm expecting price to come down here, right where that 50 EMA is going to meet it and move to the upside. Something to watch. All right. Maybe it doesn't go down there. Maybe it just continues on up. All right. Maybe the dollar will show strength and continue on up, and that's going to affect the rest of our trades in those other pairs like pound, dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar, yen, and all. So we gotta watch the Dixie. The Dixie is my favorite indicator. It's an indice, but it foretells what's going to go on with our other pairs. Where are we? Let's go to Eurocad. I called this one out a couple of days ago, and it went in. I got a good entry. I caught it on as it broke these highs. I caught that momentum candle going up. It went into good profit. Again, like I told you, once I saw it going to profit, that's great. I put everything at a break even to go to bed. If I can't monitor my charts or trades or whatever, if I'm going to sleep, just in case, I put everything at break even so I don't go broke. Well, it came and got me out. It came and got me out at break even. All right. And I woke up somewhere around here and I was like, listen, I'm feeling pretty strong. You see the rejection here. So I'm feeling pretty strong about it. If you endured the drawdown, you're back up at your entry. I told everybody, I said, listen, you know, this is still a good trade. All it did was come back and retest what was resistance. Now it's turned support. You see, it didn't close beyond that zone. So longs, I'm still in favor of longs in this pair. Okay. And we got a little why did I do that? We got a little trend line happening there. So you know, let's give it another chance. Give it a look, or stay with it. Whatever you're doing, I think this is a good trade. All right. Again, same kind of trade about CAD Swiss. All right. This one broke down. I got this entry as it broke these lows. I took an impulse entry expecting a retracement. All right. But like I told you before, while I was down here, I went to sleep. I put it on break even, and it came and tagged me out. All right. Did not close past these highs. Lovely rejection, and it's on its way back down. I still think this is a viable trade, folks. Once it breaks, if you're not in it yet, you have a second chance entry, just like you did with EURCAD. You have a second chance entry to get in and take it down. All right. What are we betting on? CAD weakness. CAD weakness. That's what that's what I'm leaning on here with both of these pairs. Okay. Hopefully we can get down targeting this. Oh, matter of fact, you can see I have a targeting these for TP1 and TP2 down here, you know, down to this the next level of support. That's the way I have it. I hope you can see it clearly. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Look where we are on the RSI. We came up, we're on our way down. So I'm thinking we're going to hit those TPs. Okay. Oh, GU. What do we got on GU? Okay. GU. Oh, I already gave a whole thing on GU and a whole video on GU and GP, pound yen. All right, so let's go to Euro USD. We're going to do a whole top-down analysis on this one. Okay. Let me just go to the monthly quickly. This will be the last one. All right. This is long enough. All right. I got some notes. You see, got this downtrend, long time since June 2008. All right. Got point of contact here. Let's take a closer look at it, and you can see how we have an impulse breaking the trend line. Comes back and retest here, impulse up, and then a correction. Now, look at that correction. That correction is very bearish. All right, that's a very bearish candle, because you know I like to look for structure for price to come back to. That's the BRT, that's the break and retest, right? But the fib wasn't aligned there with this. All right, and this bearish candle came past that level. So this is a pretty strong bearish candle. All right, where are we going with it? Let's go down to the weekly. All right, on the weekly, you can see it much more clearly. I just did that again. All right, you can see it much more clearly. All right, the 618 golden ratio. You see, I have my fib starting here. All right, this is quite a pullback. So I was kind of wondering, should I put my fib here? All right, then I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. This one looks a little better. All right, You want to catch the beginning of the movement. So it can be a little subjective anyway. I feel comfortable taking it here. We have the 618 aligning with this structure. Price came down there, tested, rejected, and then we had these two bearish candles right after it, filling in the wick prior on the prior candle, filled in that wick. How far are we going to go? That is the question. Why do I have this line here? Well, let's bring it on down here and take a look on a lower time frame, because we got to find out where this may end. 786 and this EMA are both here. Is price going to come down here and then go up? This is the last line of the retracement on the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is the last time. This is the last area we're going to be expecting a retracement. So, a rejection. So, we're looking for some peace of mind. That's what we're looking for. All right. So we take a closer look on the daily. All right. You see how we have this area designated, because all of these visits at this level as for testing resistance of this level, right? All right, so we bridge it on across, but what I want to draw your attention to is this here is a demand zone. This is a demand zone. All right. You see how price leaves once it gets here, how price leaves and goes on up. This is where we are right now, testing that demand zone. This is the second test of it. All right. We have created a double bottom. I like seeing a double bottom in a demand zone. It gives me more confidence that price will reject from here. Let's take a closer look at that demand zone on the 4-hour. Let's give it, what we're looking for here is evidence. We want to see bullish formations and patterns. We're starting to get a little fight here. That's what I want to do. I want to look for that fight, like Drunken Monkey says. All right. I want to see buyers and sellers struggling in and out. All right. And I want to go with the winner. All right. I want the winner to look like this. I want a nice engulfing candle to get me up out of here. All right. I would like to see the next candles reject. I want to see rejection wicks. I want to see that nice big bullish push out of here. All right. This is 618 level. All right. I want to see it break at least the highs of this zone. I want us to get out of this zone. I don't want to see us run into a rejection area, because this area here looks like it could reject. All right. I want you to bear something in mind as I clean up. I want you to bear something in mind. Look at the structure here. All right. This high, this low is the same as this one. All right. This higher low led to that impulse there. So it moves over here. And once we break it, I'm looking for a retest of it. And when I get a retest, a lot of times, there's not a lot of time. When you get a retest of a low, of a higher low, you're expecting price to go down. All right. We don't need that to happen. What I would like is to see price continue past this area, but this is a lovely impulse down. And that is in line with what I mentioned earlier on the monthly. There's some strong bullishness going on here. So there might be some trouble here. Maybe we see something like this. Once you see this fight here and you see the break, let me do this over. Once you see the fight here, all right, and you see the break up, or where you see a nice bullish candle break these highs, all right, we're going to get here to the next level. And then we're going to have rejection here. I'm pretty sure, but we'll have support here. So maybe we might see a fight here, maybe not. All right, but I'm looking for the buyers to win. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm kind of expecting. We'll see how it plays out, but we are getting the reaction down here so far. We're getting signs that maybe we might get the bullishness to return, the buyers to return, and take this thing back over, because the bears right now look like they're in control. Okay, so that's what we're looking for here. All right, and to get involved in a buy, I would suggest you look for confirmations first before you start getting aggressive and getting in down here and then taking this on up, because you'll be taking a buy into resistance, and that's not something that I would recommend. Let it prove itself. Let it give you those good candlestick formations, and then we can move on from there. And guess what? Maybe we'll all end up happy.